Do you remember there was a time when life had pauses? A cup of tea by the window, rain on a Sunday afternoon, a train ride meant staring out of the window. Now every pause is filled, every silence is interrupted, every moment asks to be captured, shared, or scrolled through. And somewhere between notifications, endless scrolling, and the need to share everything, life stopped being lived in full. The little joys did not disappear. Our attention did. And perhaps that is the quieter truth we do not speak about enough. Technology did not simply change the way we communicate. It changed the architecture of our everyday lives. The pauses that once existed naturally between moments have been erased. The wait at a signal, the silence before sleep, the few minutes before a friend arrives, all of it is now instantly occupied. What used to be empty space has become screen space. We have become uncomfortable with emptiness. A few seconds of silence now feels like something that needs to be filled. A moment of boredom feels almost intolerable. And yet it was in these seemingly insignificant spaces that life once had room to breathe. Thoughts settled there. Memories formed there. Wonder often began there. Some of the most human parts of living were born in moments that served no purpose at all. Perhaps the greatest thing we lost was not time, but the mind's ability to rest inside it. We rarely allow ourselves to be bored anymore. The slightest pause is met with a screen, a scroll, a notification, a distraction waiting to take hold of our attention. But boredom was never emptiness. It was the space in which the mind slowed down enough to understand itself. Over time, this does something far deeper than merely shorten our attention spans. It fragments our inner life. Thoughts no longer have the chance to unfold fully. Emotions are interrupted before they can be processed. Even moments of joy are quickly replaced by the urge to move to the next thing. And perhaps this is why so many ordinary pleasures no longer feel the way they once did. Not because life has become less beautiful, but because our minds no longer stay with beauty long enough for it to leave an impression. There is another quieter cost to this way of living. Our moments no longer belong entirely to us. Somewhere between the need to capture, share, and constantly consume, experience itself has become divided. We are rarely just living a moment anymore. We are also watching ourselves living it. A meal is no longer simply a meal. It is a photograph waiting to be taken. A celebration is no longer only joy. It is a story, a post, a moment already being framed for others. Even solitude is no longer fully private. It often arrives with the urge to document it, aestheticize it, or escape from it. At the same time, life has also become something we move through too quickly. One video follows another. One thought is replaced before it can settle. One feeling is interrupted by the next distraction. We consume moments the way we consume content, rapidly, endlessly, often without truly absorbing them. Somewhere along the way, life stopped being something we inhabited and became something we constantly processed. And perhaps that is the harder truth to sit with. The little joys of life were never taken away from us. They are still here, quietly waiting in the ordinary corners of our days. In the first sip of tea before the world wakes up, in the evening light falling across a familiar room, in a walk taken without the need to document where it led. What has changed is not the world around us, but the way we arrive in it. To live a fuller life today may not require grand changes. Sometimes it begins with something far smaller, the decision to let a moment remain unshared, to leave the phone behind for a short walk, to allow boredom to return without immediately escaping it, to sit with a thought long enough for it to become understanding. Perhaps fullness returns in the pauses we choose to protect, in the silences we stop fearing, in the ordinary moments we decide to experience before we consume them. Because a fuller life is not built through bigger moments. It is built through deeper presence inside the ones we already have. The little joys did not disappear. Maybe all they are asking for is our attention to come back.